Yo, peace to the family, peace to my comrades, and it's always smoke to COINTEL Pro Boxing fan. Oh, family, I'm just chilling, waiting for somebody to come out of this store. So I'm on shopping duty right now. But while I'm here, I thought I would talk to the family for a second. Man, did you all see that young brother Shedeur Sanders? Man, shout out to my bro Champ Side, the baddest brand in the land. Shout out to my brother G Road. They got your boy watching football again. I haven't watched football since Colin Kaepernick situation. Been a long time, long time. What are you buying? I don't. Oh, what am I buying? I'm not buying anything. Somebody is spending my money. I'm just waiting. But man, they got me excited watching football again. Whole family was all over the country. Everybody was tuned into the game. So I think it's another game coming on today. And I think Shiloh's going to be playing today. But yeah, man, Shedeur, he handled it with so much class. And then I don't know if you all saw the reporter that he approached and he was like, damn, man, the commentator, not the commentator, Tony, what's his name? Old guy. It's always talking trash about him. He was like, man, what did I do to you for you always to have something negative to say about me? You know? And the guy tried to give him this little shit grin and laugh it off, but yeah, he put that op on the spot and there's nothing he could say, you know. Whether you are a reporter doing it for views or a commentator, at some point you gotta be doing something to help the sport out. You know, the NBA, I don't care what anybody says about the NBA. The NBA is not perfect. But one thing about the NBA is they're not gonna let someone that pushes against the best in the sport over and over again and stick around. Hit the barber, homie, your beard is a mess. So I am a heterosexual male, and I'm not into guys. So anything I do isn't for you anyway. And that's just very strange to come into a grown man's life and start talking about. We over here talking about sports. The men are over here talking about sports. You in here talking about the way somebody looks. Get your weird ass out of here, dude. Anyway, I'm telling y'all, that's the generation that we in now. Remember when our uncles and fathers could talk about sports, have a little talk about the game? You didn't hear your uncle talking about, yeah, man, you need to trim your mustache up a little bit. Yeah, bro, you need to trim your beard up a little bit, man. You don't look metrosexual enough for me. Weird ass dude, man. It's too early in the morning to be that weird. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the game today. God almighty. Goodness gracious. Boy, if y'all could see this here. They out here already. Early Sunday morning, but let me get my mind right. But yeah, y'all want me a little bit of money off of Shedeur doing this thing? Hey, shout out to all the people who were on the positive side of this whole thing. Shout out to my brother again. My bros got me watching football again, y'all, because I left it alone for a minute. Just a lot of weird stuff that was going on, but we need, I don't know if y'all saw the interview where the Tony guy was, he's talking trash about Shedeur Sanders, and the other guy who was interviewing him, he's like, dude, you're complaining because he's working extra hard at camp? Like, you couldn't find anything negative to say, so you're going to complain about that. Man, I just wish the sport of boxing had truth tellers like that will call people out on their BS. Because we have a lot of guys, man, that just, boxing is one of those sports where you can be a op to the best in the sport and stick around and still get a paycheck. Always on the wrong side of history, always on the wrong side of winning. But that's just how boxing is. It's built on that foundation. What's going on, Jacob Sigmund? So shout out. I'm waiting for some of my family to come in so I can see if they watch the game. Everybody probably still asleep. But wake up. We got to talk about this game. Who watched the game? Who was betting against that boy Shedeur to do his thing? They had them all early, y'all. Glad I'm out here. Glad I'm out here. But yeah, man, it takes a special type of kid to be under that pressure and just, he don't let anything faze him. He don't let the words get to him. He doesn't let the haters and the bigots get to him. He just goes out and performs and does his thing, you know. This man, she looking like she do not want to go to work today. But be happy, sister. It's a blessing that you have a job, making some money. Boy, they out here, y'all. Oh man, salute. Everybody salute. Who saw the game, family? I want to talk about this. Who saw the game? It's another game coming on today. But man, I'm going to tell y'all, it's a lesson for everybody to learn from this. If you could relive one moment, not to change it, but just to feel it again, what would it be and why that one? That's a good question. That's a good question. Shout out to Hitman. Hitman V said if you could relive one moment, not to change it, but just feel it again, what would it be and why that one? Man. If I could relive one moment. Whew, man. I want to say, man, rest in peace to my brother Ferg. If I could relive just one moment with my brother Ferg, all the good times we had, I would. My brother's gone. A lot of my soldiers I served with in the military. If I could, we had a party after one of our missions. If I could relive that day, man, and have everybody together again, I would. I'll never hear my brother's voice again, you know. So, oh, Patrice X, salute. It's all good. Patrice, I was talking about the game. Shedeur Sanders going out there doing his thing when all that opposition was against him. Y'all know I have not supported the National Football League since the Colin Kaepernick situation. That situation didn't sit with me well. So for years, I didn't watch any games. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I didn't support it at all. But, you know, the brother Champside and G-Road were like, hey, you know, salute to you, Hitman. Champside and G-Road got me watching the games again to support the brother Shedeur Sanders. I got some people up there in Ohio as well. You know, said you missed out on entertainment then. Yeah, I might have missed out on entertainment, but some things is bigger than entertainment. You know what I mean? when people should have stood up, and I see a lot of brothers being spineless. And this is about my people. What I'm talking about, this is addressing my people and my tribe of people. When I see brothers acting like spineless little girls, I have to remove myself from that situation, so I don't get too passionate about it, where it affects my attitude. So I just left it alone. You know what I'm saying? And that's all men should be like that. You shouldn't put gotta leave the politics alone. It's not about whether you leaving the politics alone or not. There was a situation that happened, and they brought the politics into it. So it's easy to say, don't talk about the politics, but people forget around that time, it wasn't just the Colin Kaepernick situation. It was also some recordings that came out on things that owners were saying. And what you have to remember is all of these sports used to be segregated. So imagine I'll use the military as an example. I served 10 years, right? So the military used to be segregated as well. Now imagine you shed blood, you sacrifice your life, all of that good stuff for the military, for the country. And then come to find out, all of these generals and your leadership hate your guts and really don't give a damn about you, but they just wanted to use you for your black body. You know what I'm saying? Or your white body, or your whoever. If we can't beat these guys, we're gonna grab these poor people over here and have them fight their battles because we can't beat them. So if we can't beat the Native Americans, we're gonna go get the Buffalo Soldiers to help us out. If we can't beat these type of Europeans over here, we're gonna start a civil war with another group of Europeans that can beat them. If we can't beat these Middle Eastern guys over here, we're gonna go find, that's the playbook. So sometimes you have to critically think as a man who leads our community. Sometimes it's bigger than entertainment. Oh, listen, Black Martial Arts Society, family, salute. Listen, I need one of your focus ball merchandise, because I want to study with it. And what I want to do is I want to create a series just using that, and I want to get your product advertised more, because I believe that every boxing gym should have it. Every boxing gym should have the focus ball in it. Family, everybody that watches this live, make sure you go follow Black Martial Arts Society. All right. Patrice X30 said, B Money, what you talking about? Leave politics out. It's bigger than politics. It's about defending manhood. Yeah. It's just like you got to call a spade a spade. Here's the thing. If people don't know anything else about black folks, we are some of the coolest people that like to have a good time. We would love to go through life and not have to deal with this BS, but we have to deal with it because there's clear hypocrisy and racism that we have to deal with. Now, when we talk about it, sometimes people get it twisted and say, oh, you're just complaining, or you just, man, shut the fuck up. This isn't about using a victim card or victimhood or any of that. Let's look at this from a business standpoint. Check it. If 80% of your league makes billions off of our bodies and off of our back, billions every year, billions, and our communities are suffering all over this country, and we want to bring awareness to it, and people try to tell us don't bring politics into it, but if something else is going on with another group of people, you all have all these NFL initiatives behind it. We have every right to speak on it, because I guarantee you, if all of the top athletes And all of these sports in America said, you know what? We're going to go back to how it used to be before 1950s, before the 1930s, and say, hey, we're going to bring the Negro Leagues back. Man, there would be chaos. There will be chaos. People say leave politics out of it. Do you think that Shedeur Sanders was treated the way he was treated because during the draft, because no politics was involved? Come on, family, let's keep it real with each other. Let's keep it real. Patrice X said, so B Money said it's political entertainment biz. All right, but check it out. During the draft, was politics involved? Let me tell y'all something. One of my biggest pet peeves is we are in this huge parking lot. It's thousands of slots, and people who can't drive, these big trucks will park right next to you, looking all out the window like, can they get out? Family, if you can't drive the truck, if you can't drive a big vehicle, don't buy that MF. Straight up. Now me, I was fortunate enough, I know I'm hopping around, but I was fortunate enough to be trained on a Crown Vic. That was one of my first cars. Crown Vic, a boat. So I can drive anything. And then I went and got my CDL license. But some of these folks, man, they want to look like these big Clint Eastwood looking dudes and get these get these trucks and can't drive them. All that room. But look, let's look at the draft thing, y'all. Oh man, I'm missing stuff. Salute my sister, Kamara Fields. You know what I'm saying? The Messenger 215, salute. Oh man. 215. Family, you all have a heavyweight. Messenger 215, you all have a 6'6", 205 heavyweight that just went pro. He's a national champion. Man, what's that brother's name? Don't worry, I'm going to do a video about him, but he just went pro. He's a slick heavyweight, 6'6", moves like Ali, just went pro, won his first pro debut in Philly over the weekend. Can't remember the brother's name, but I'm going to make a video about him. Salute Joseph Townsend. Family, go follow Black Martial Arts Society and look at his product, the Focus Ball. All right. But look, though, y'all, check this out. The reason why we can't say don't get into the politics is because the leadership of all these other organizations get into the politics, and you better not stand up and speak up for black people. You better not. Because if you do, no, it's not Nuri Ali. It's not. If you say his name, I'll know it. It's not Nuri Ali. I want to say it's Thomas or Thompson something. God almighty. Stay focused, family. Stay focused. So, Kyrie Irving. Check this out, family. Who remembers how they treated Kyrie Irving for just posting a book? All Kyrie did was he posted a book that said, I believe the book was going into how who the original Jews are, right? And we can't just let go and let God, because God gives you a mind to think. And it's a beautiful Sunday, so it's a beautiful day to talk about God. God gives us a mind to lead our communities, to protect and provide our women and children. So why will we just let go and lock God and put our children into the belly of the beast and not make it clear what we're dealing with and what they're going to be up against? Kyrie Irving, they forced that brother to, he apologized for, he apologized and didn't do anything wrong. Now check this out. He apologizes and says, yo, they come back and say that apology wasn't good enough. Then brothers who should stand up at the time, like the brother Shaq, like all of these brothers, like Stephen A, stand up and defend this brother, they drug him as well. They drug him as well. So my problem is we can't say leave the politics out of it, because check it. What did Stephen A just say the other day? Stephen A said that there should be a federal investigation into the treatment of Caitlin Clark when it comes to the discrimination and her rough treatment on the court by the other players and I guess leaders of the league. Now you mean to tell me that in Stephen A. Smith's consciousness, he can see that, but he couldn't stand up when they drug Kyrie? All right. And LeBron called it out. And when LeBron called it out, they drug LeBron. When LeBron called it out and said, yo, it's crazy how you all were asking all these questions of me about Kyrie, but when Jerry Jones got caught at a civil rights rally where there were Caucasians yelling the N-word and it was dogs being sicked on black people, he's in one of those pictures. Y'all said you all don't want to address that. See, that's pure hypocrisy. So what they're letting you know is that they will put you on the whipping post. That whole little draft thing, they were putting the Sanders family on the whipping post. Now you have to ask yourself, this is one of their greatest athletes of all time and his children. The Mannings were never treated like this. But you all want to say, keep politics out of it. Man, look, family, there ain't nothing you can tell me. Don't let my locks and the way I look now fool you. I have served this country in so many ways. Going all the way back to when I was 17, I became a man in the military. There ain't nothing you can tell me about racism, about self-hatred within our own community, about the stuff we have to deal with our own black brothers, the stuff we have to deal with in high places from racist peckerwoods. You can't tell me, family, because I've been at the highest of it. Didn't quite make it to the White House protecting them, but I've protected governors. I've dealt with congressmen. I've dealt with colonels and generals. You don't know who you're talking to. And what I can tell you is this. This is what I did learn. You know, so B Money, you said me too. So B Money, if you've done it as well, you know good and damn well that you just can't let go and let God. Because your silence doesn't help the situation. The only way you change something is you get in there and you try your best to change it yourself. But when you don't have enough allies in there with you, man, you are fighting an uphill battle. And we get fooled thinking that, well, we just go in and we show them how great we are. So salute to all the vets. For us, not saying anything doesn't help. It's easy. You know how easy it is for us to succeed as an individual and then don't look back and say, you know what? I'm good. I'm just going to take my money. You know how easy it would be for me to just take my money, go to Thailand, go to Ghana, live my best life. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with you doing that. But at the same time, there was somebody who paid a price before we got here. That's why it's against it should be against our morals to just do that because people paid a price that we didn't pay. There's people that paid a price where we could go into the military and get fair pay, even though there are still people in the military that try to keep us from being promoted, making NCO lists, no matter how good you are. There are people at the highest level. Ain't none of us in this chat. Ain't none of us in this chat. Well, that's what we just gonna have to disagree. Because where will we be if nobody fought back? Where will we be if Stokely Carmichael, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke, all of these brothers, all of these sisters as well that stood up and just said, you know what? I got mine, I'm going. You're no better than the black boule if you do that. You are no better than the boule if you do that. And what they're showing the boule right now is, you are nothing but our lapdogs. And when we're done with you, we don't need you. It don't matter how intelligent you are. They'll do their best to even suppress how much you helped. Look at all these little black people that didn't know anything about the Hidden Figures story, about the sisters who were master mathematicians that had to help our NASA engineers get that thing up into space. And we have countless stories. I know stories right now. Who remembers the movie they made about the American Sniper? Man, do you know how many black heroes right now in modern military history they're not going to make any movies about? You know, there are some things that we can't control. But I'll be damned if I just walk around like, well, I'm just going, hey, it's on y'all now. That's not me. That's not who I am. Okay, you said we're still enslaved and history repeats itself, so let's enjoy the time we got now. Now we can coexist before we couldn't. I'd rather die standing than to live on my knees trying to coexist, knowing I have people that I'm coexisting with that is a threat to my woman and my children. Shedeur Sanders is showing everyone right now that you don't have to compromise and act like what's happening isn't happening. But he showed that under pressure, I'm still great. He showed that under pressure. See, you couldn't even say that in other circles of groups of men. Example, whether it's a group of Mexican men talking, a group of Arab men talking, a group of Congolese men talking, you could not sit around them and somebody just say, yo, we just need to get along, go along to get along. Somebody will most likely hit you in your mouth or call you out for spinelessness. Because if the men decide that, yo, we're just going to let whatever happen, it's open season on our women and children. And how they going to look to us and be proud knowing that, man, you ain't got no warrior spirit in you. So anyway, enough on that. I want everyone to recognize what's going on. Because this ain't about just sports. You know what I'm saying? Diaz, salute, family. Diaz in the house. That movie was made by Clint Eastwood. They Are Not Us. Chris Kyle. I remember that movie. That's right. And guess what, family? It's crazy how things go full circle. Some of the people who are watching the Katrina documentary by Ryan Coogler, and they're talking about, there were snipers out there and all that stuff is related to each other. I'll let you do your own homework with that. Because this ain't that type of morning. I am happy. Coach is happy. So Patrice, I don't think B Money is trolling. But B Money and I just have a complete different approach. I did not watch the documentary, but I need to watch it. We just have a different of opinion, and many brothers in the military are split on this subject. I was one of those brothers in the military that used to shake the rooms up. When other black NCOs would say, now, Hudson, you be quiet now. You gonna get us in troubles. You don't say nothing. You let these good old boys add to the policy when that's against the policy. You let them do what they do. No, that wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the youngest airborne paratroopers in my battalion, and one of the youngest promoted to E5. And when I got in there, I realized a lot of the stuff that was going on been going on because people just don't want to speak up. They scared to death. So, and we got people like that in sports. And they say, well, I just want to play ball. I just don't want to say, I just want to play ball. But let me tell you something. Look at our boy Bam Bam. Salute. Akando. Salute. Look at our boy Bam Bam. Bam Bam said, y'all keep talking crap about me cheating. If you want to, I'm going to sue all of y'all for defamation. See, the Mexicans ain't going for it. The Mexicans who are with Snack are not going for it. They like, yo, if I hear you are defaming me or slandering me, it's on and popping. We taking y'all straight to court. And see, the brothers are trying to let y'all make y'all a little money for clicks and views, but see, y'all can't do that to everybody. You can't go into Chinatown in any state in this country and they let you just do what you want to do. It ain't happening. We the only people. See, y'all done got me started. We the only people that you can come into our neighborhoods and suck the tit off of our community for resources and talent, and we say, oh, just let God have his way. Just let Jesus take the wheel. No. What kind of shit is that? No, man. Back in the day, you couldn't do that. That's why they had to destroy all the Black Wall Streets. Not just the one y'all keep hearing about. There was Black Wall Streets all over. There was Black Wall Streets in Georgia, in Florida. And not only did they destroy them, they alter the stories. See, I'm not a pacifier. I'm going to speak up. Y'all done got me watching football again, not for no damn NFL, for Shedeur Sanders. And then guess what? We got sisters on TikTok saying, hey, I know you brothers loving what's going on right now, but don't buy the jerseys from the NFL. Buy it straight from Shedeur Sanders' website so all the money and proceeds go straight to him. See, the is waking up. Now, how dare I allow our sisters be more stand up than us? Ugh, disgusting. Ugh. Clarissa Shields standing up. We got, man, look, let me stay on topic. You can't go to anybody else's community and do that but ours. And the only reason why is because a lot of our leaders were either jailed or unalived, and a culture of unity and being stand-up brothers was just taken out of the community. See, West Side Chicago, when I was a kid, what you got to understand is those who were part of the movement in the 60s and 70s, a lot of them are still alive. So I grew up around older brothers that would tell you, even if they was gangsters, hey, get off this street and get in school. Hey, pump that gas for your mother. Even if you didn't have a father present, that was the culture. They don't tell you that. So the same way, now listen to me, family. See, people in the chat now don't like this. The same way they flooded New Orleans, see the cities north and in the Midwest that were real pro-black, they flooded them with crime. They knocked down the projects and they started, the problems that were to that one little section became problems all over parts of the city. So instead of using water, they started using crime. They started dropping off gun shipments at the train stations and leaving the doors open and unlocked. See, y'all don't want to go there with me. This is why it's bigger than just sports. It's bigger than just entertainment. And I would always get into it with older black men when I was in the military who were just didn't want to speak up. Didn't want to speak up. I got into fights with these niggas. And I'm sorry to call them that, but that's what they were. They were get along, ride along to get along brothers, spineless. A sister gets raped, and you don't want to bring it up in the NCO meeting because you think you can't change nothing, and you talking about let God have his way. I don't know that type of Jesus. I wasn't taught about that type of Jesus. I was taught about the Jesus that went into the temples and flipped the tables over because they were playing with God. That's the type of Jesus I know about. So it don't matter what kind of theory you try to use to pacify me, it ain't gonna happen. So don't try to go to church with me because Coach Hudson is the right one to go to church on your black ass. Ha ha ha. Look, Diaz said, South Florida, Miami, super flooded with drugs. That's right. Family, this ain't by no mistake. This is not by a mistake. So check it. Some people really not going to like this. They're not going to like this. Before there were gangster disciples, and I'm going to get back on sports in a second, but before there was gangster disciples, there was the devil's disciples. You had the Latin Kings. You had the El Rukins and the Vice Lords, all in Chicago. Now, what they don't tell you is that there was true black and brown unity at the same time as a black conscious political party that was all coming together under the leadership of the chairman, Fred Hampton. Now, some of y'all say, oh, coach, that don't matter. No, just listen. Just listen. One of the most powerful movements was the Chicago Black Panther chapter because they had white Confederate men, brown men, and black all working together who were saying, we're going to team up. We're going to team up. And they said, the government said, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. So we can't allow this to happen. Now, I'm going to tell you, family, everybody that watches this live who think I'm BSing, there are movies where they hide things right in front of you. Who's seen the movie? I always get these two movies confused, but I want you to watch both of them. Whether you black or brown, you need to watch American Me and Blood In, Blood Out. At the same time, go watch the movie Panther. Go watch the movie Judas and the Black Messiah. And you're going to start noticing something. You're going to start noticing, yo, Hey, all this stuff is happening around the same time in the same cities. It's either happening in Chicago, Oakland, California, LA. The prisons that is happening in, it's always the same prisons. Family, that's not by accident. And if you just go do some research, you're going to see that when I talk about the COINTELPRO boxing fan, these COINTELPRO agents were everywhere. You're Patrice X hit it on the head. You'll start noticing a common enemy who's instigating it all. So, in the movie American Me, towards the end of the movie, the Mexican OG who starts talking about everybody needs to come together, there are some people that poke him up and throw him over the tier. Boom. Now hold on to that, family. That's American Me. Watch this. In Blood Out, there is a black OG leader who gets set up and shanked by his own. Family, what if I told you all that happened around the same time? And you know what came from that? The relationship between the Hispanic gangs on the West Coast and the black gangs immediately turned on each other, because the narrative was now the Hispanic gangs have sided with the Peckerwoods and are against the black gangs. And now, not only are the black gangs having to fight against them too, the black gangs are fighting against their own, because they know that there are COINTELPRO agents who have infiltrated, snitches who have infiltrated the black gangs as well. Same time, the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam is infiltrated. Same time, SNCC and all the Southern poverty movements, all of them hit at the same time. Now, check this out. If it's just politics, why are they bugging Jim Brown? Why are agents following Jim Brown, who was an athlete? It's just sports, right? Hell no, it ain't, family. So, like Patrice X said, there's a common enemy. There's a common enemy in all of these movies. When you start researching all of these, that's child. That is probably, or that's portrayed here, just give you the answer for everything. But family, you need to go research yourself. Now, the reason why I find this is because they will go insane if they don't know what they're dealing with. See? Everybody's talking about right now how amazing Shedeur Sanders is handling the pressure. Family, you don't think his father prepared him how to deal with racism? How to let things just roll off? It happens. When you have an athlete that don't know what he's dealing with, crash out, because he don't know what example what I'm talking about. Keyshawn, family, with me, know if you can hear it. Reconnect my live. Reconnect my live. I'll be right back, family. I'm gonna restart the live.